open it up for questions for Coach.
Coach, one of the big things your players talked about building in the offseason was chemistry from last season. How far do you feel like this team has come with that aspect of improvement?
We've come full circle. I mean, it's a group that I'm very proud of by the way that they've responded to the adversity that we hit last year, and to see the way that our upperclassmen came in this year ready to lead early. I'm excited. I'm ready to coach this group, and couldn't be happier on where they are right now. They're doing a really good job.
Other than the chemistry piece, what was something you put emphasis on from last season to kind of improve and get better for this season, have that bounce back year that they mentioned?
Yeah, I think routines, getting in a consistent routine. Last year, there was just so many things that took us out of routines and things that we were really good at. We had a tough time being consistent with those things. So I think as we got back into routines, this group has really good upper class leadership, and then we also have some really young, influential, top prospect type kids on this roster. So to see our older guys grab them and continue to teach them and mold them has been really good. But I think it's basically just getting back to baseball and not having to worry about a lot of other things will help this group.
Steve, for you guys to be as good as you can be offensively, who really has to carry the have great seasons?
Yeah, that's pretty easy. I mean, Luke Mann, Torrin Montgomery, and Josh Day, the guys that are returning that started 50 plus games last year and have that experience and understand the grind of going through SEC pitching every single weekend, that there's going to be some tough at bats and there's going to be some up and downs, but those guys can really set the tone for the rest of the group. And a guy like Trey Morris, it just continues to give you professional at bats every time he steps into the box. And I thought he did a great job down the stretch last year of arguably maybe our toughest out in the lineup. So that's really good to see him kind of take that step forward offensively.
Are there any newer faces that have kind of made an impression on you, whether it be offensively or the pitching staff or what they do?
Yeah, offensively, it's just, it's the Carlos Pena, it's the Justin Colon, it's Hector Manguel, it's Isaiah Frost, it's Juju Stevens, and I hate to mention names because I probably left somebody out, but they've been really exciting to watch and how they compete, and they just came in a step ahead of a lot of freshmen. They were ready to go, and they're used to competing at a high level in the summers, and they've done an outstanding job. And I would say surprises right now. Hector Manguel is really swinging the bat well. We got to find a position for him right now. He's our third baseman behind Luke Mann, and the positions that he plays there's some really good upperclassmen. But I know that he'll come off the bench. He'll be ready to hit in any situation. And then the surprise on the pitching staff is a guy like left-hander Tony Newbeck has just come in and. Really wasn't expecting anything out of him. He was kind of a mid-80s guy and got him to jump to 92, 93, and just been dominant every time out since late fall till now. So, he looks to be the guy that can handle some tough innings in the bullpen down the stretch. That seventh, eighth, ninth inning. I think he can come in and he's just calm enough as a freshman to be able to do those sorts of things.
How important are those in kind of developing towards SEC play? And obviously, players said take no opponent lightly, but what's the emphasis in these non-conference games?
Well, it'll be getting better every single game out. I mean, we know that the challenges that we have of potentially not getting on the field very often, and you are going to make some mistakes early, and we have to understand that those mistakes are there. I think our schedule is tough enough to really challenge us, but a benefit of this schedule is we're not opening up in, a Frisco tournament where there's three other teams that are Southern teams that's been outside that are Power 5 schools, and having to open up with that is going to be good for us. Being able to focus on one opponent for 4 straight games to open the season and really have a good scouting report and being able to execute the things that we want to execute, I think will be very beneficial. But we know that the whole goal is to win these games early, and when Gonzaga comes in here, who's a really good club, we better be ready to play.
Are there any other series that you guys are looking forward to this season?
Well, I think every single one of those conference games we're looking forward to. We know that we should have played better than we did last year, and we were a better team than what we showed last year, and and I think just kind of getting that, what we had back in 17 through 19 of being a little bit more consistent on the field, and we want to grow from that. We want to be better than we were in 19, and I think this group is ready to kind of step up and do that. And we've got some, we're going into LSU again this year. We're going to some places that are pretty tough to play, and that's arguably that's every place in our league is tough to play. But I think they're excited to not just to get into conference games. I do think this game or this group is smart enough and realize like how important these early games are, of getting off on the right foot. And I don't think anybody's overlooking any opponent on that schedule. It's, it's Nicholls State right now. That's the only team that I want us to be concerned about right now and taking it game by game, pitch by pitch.
See, with Brian's passing, I guess there's a couple of challenges that get the emotional toll for how the players have to deal with it, and just the logistics of placing the transition pitch. How are you handling all sides of that?
Yeah, I think the first thing that, where we put our emphasis early was just the players, making sure the players' mental health, making sure the players are doing all right. Brian came in and made a huge impact early, and I think it was just his calm demeanor, his laid back style, and really, he spent a lot of time getting to know each pitcher individually, and they built a good bond. So I think that part of getting through that, I do believe Austin Chile on our team, his nephew being on our team is a benefit. Austin has been he's been super on being able to handle, that's a young man that's so mature that, he lost his dad when his dad was 46. He lost his uncle at 46. So he's been through a lot, and I think Austin really helps all the other players kind of deal with that. So, but, as far as on the field and replacing him, we couldn't have been more fortunate to be able to get Mitch Plasmeyer in here, who Brian and Mitch have worked together for a long time. And Brian's been Mitch's mentor, so it's not like we're changing anything that we started with in the fall. I mean, we're just carrying that on and making sure that, we're doing the things what we had planned in the fall, and we're going to see those all the way through the season. And, I think you'll see that Brian's fingerprints on this pitching staff throughout the entire year. It just won't be, well, now he's gone, now we're going to make some changes here. It's what we worked on in the fall, and it will continue that through the season. So, like I said, he built those relationships, and these pitchers want to carry through. I don't think it'll be from lack of effort if they don't succeed. I really think that they're bought in and really wanting to show, how much they've improved over one season.
Anything else for Coach?
Steve, you got a new administration and kind of still coming together. Have you gotten indication that there's commitments on the way, or do you feel that they're committed to this program and enhancing things?
Yeah, I mean, I feel really good. I think, strong leadership. I think there's, I know there's a plan in place, and I think we're all still like the plan is coming, and it takes some time to, anytime you come into a new job, there's a lot of things that you got to deal with. And I think Desiree's done an outstanding job of kind of building her team around her. And, the communication that I've had with Desiree, she understands that, the SEC, baseball is serious in the SEC, and we all know, I mean, we're not hiding anything. We got to step up, and we got to start, treating it like we got to get some things done here. I think, before we open the stadium up this year, I think the appearance will look a lot better when you walk out there today and you see the appearance. You kind of see it's run down, and we haven't done anything in a while, but we're going to change all the wall padding. We're going to make some quick improvements that from a fan standpoint, before the season starts, it'll look a lot better than it looks today. Hopefully in 2 weeks we'll see that when the plan is we return from this trip, and things are going to look kind of shiny from our standpoint anyway.
Steve, you and the players mentioned the word rhythm. Baseball is always an unpredictable game. How do you guys get into a rhythm early and sustain that rhythm throughout the season, especially when there's highs and lows?
Yeah, I think it goes with the locker room. I would say that, we've showed last year that we could play in spurts, and we played with the best team in the country pretty well one weekend. But I think those spurts are handled by what's in that locker room, the players in that locker room, and the Montgomerys and Days and Manns, and how they handle those ups and downs. And, we talk about it. We've spent a lot of time on culture this year, and talked about, lack of respect in the league and those sorts of things. And they get that part, and nobody's trying to do more than they're capable of. We kind of have that mentality of, so what, now what, that kind of attitude of, hey, bad things are going to happen, but if we let one thing affect us, it's going to change into 2 and 3, and we're just going to focus on the little things that we can each day, and kind of go through the ups and downs. Baseball is a game. You're not winning every game in baseball. It doesn't matter if you're the most talented team or the least talented team. You've got a chance when the game starts. Both teams have a really solid chance there, and we got to make sure that we're playing really sound baseball. And I think that's where we're at right now. I mean, there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of guys in here that want to show that they're better than what we showed last year. And I think we'll continue to see that the guys grow each and every day. We'll see them grow. And the reality is we need some success early to kind of, boost that confidence and start trusting everything. So I believe it's here. And I'm like I said, I haven't been more excited to work with a group and open up a season in my coaching career than with this group, because they've done everything right from, out in the community and in the classroom, not that, they're on time to everything that they have, whether that's a mentor meeting, whether that's an academic meeting. They've done a really good job, and you can tell that they're hungry. So I'm excited to see what they can do.